stalling. My people been ballin', my team we been wildin'. Can't hit 100, we use basic tools. Strategies moving where we gotta move. There wasn't no option, no time on the clock, and no setting it back, and we gotta get profit. I'm standing on top of the glory, the road. We was just rebels and do what was told. When they asked me how we leveled up, without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game. I'm balling on top of that mountain. I'm on and I'm calling my mom and tell her I'm good. I'm surrounded by family like back in the hood. I was falling from grace, I was misunderstood. Hey, the pressure will sit you right down, but I stood up. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. On the balcony screaming, they just let me be. We had to slow it down. What goes around comes around. Oh, the frequency different now. I was going through different rounds. Hey, it's crazy, the progress is hitting now. Ain't no sitting and lost and found. I found what I lost in a minute now. I was on the wrong path, I admit it now. My only option was to get it now.
I got it on both and I learned from the losses. My failure was friendship, I saw it was ghosting. Started like everyone had certain tools. Only difference is I knew what to do. Now everyone calling when progress is stalling. My stock is missing, my life it ain't boring. Ain't no more hitting me up when you lose. When it's time to wake up, see you hitting the snooze.
When they ask me how we leveled up, without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game.
Hello. today what we're gonna do is, instead of balance stats, which I guess we'll do later, so yeah, balance stats, it's not like before we'll have like a real combat, it's not really necessary. So yeah, we'll start with that, and then I guess, do I want to add the basic combat system just to prove like the POC of that? I guess we should. Yeah. Okay. So that's the plan. Gonna have basic, very basic combat prototype. We can even have like a dummy to test weapons against. Okay, so that's the plan. No, these are problems with plugins. I don't care about that.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through.
So, what do we want? Let's start by making scripts. So, on the crafting side, should be potential tags. No, what am I doing? So now I'm wondering if we should have separated. Should have a separate requirement class for the potential tags, or should it be the same? Okay, let's not make it the same, because we don't know what's gonna happen. Let's start with, yeah, we could do the same idea, like 10 shell tags, abstract. Configs. Yeah, the name of the file doesn't really matter. So, what would we need? We need So instead of that, what we actually want is So I'm trying to figure out like if fundamentally it's going to be instantiating mono behaviors to get the behavior that we want, or alternatively we could store it as raw data and parse it. So basically that's the better idea system wise and performance wise, but eventually mono behaviors always gonna be more flexible. So I'm thinking that we could start with mono behaviors, and in the future, if we see that it starts to make a problem because of pooling, because of I don't know what, we'll refactor it to use only data. So that's what I'm thinking right now, because the could be like if a deck of cards is, let's say, 40-50 cards at most, that means that worst case scenario in a single combat, in single battle, we will instantiate 40 or 50 objects and destroy them. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem, I guess, as long as we don't like. Okay, I have an idea, but we got time for that. Basically, my idea is to at the start of the battle, during the loading, we will instantiate, let's say, because when we shuffle the deck, we could do that at the beginning, and so when the battle starts, then that's where we shuffle the cards, which means at this point we already know what the, let's say, first 20 cards to be thrown gonna be, which means we could do that so we could make a pool of those 20 cards, because we can be quite certain they will be drawn, and in case the player reaches like later stages and draws like cards past that number, so we could do something like, okay, so once you draw like 16 cards, we could start like each time like to make ready, like to make the 21st card ready, and then when they draw the 17th card, we can make the 22nd card ready. So I think that's gonna be our approach. I think it's gonna work if we will manage it correctly. In memory, I think it's not gonna make any frame drops, because it's like a single game object. It's not like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so that means we're gonna have combat card behavior. Oh, it will mean that we'll have a prefab per card, which makes total sense. It makes total sense. Yeah, it doesn't matter right now. Okay, I think for now it's good enough. And now let's add crafting material here. We're gonna add
जैसे हाथी टेबल बैठा तो फिर गांधी करते मोटा 4 शो का होते दंगे चलती लाठी हमने हार से सीखा और सीखों से जीत बना दी सोना था हराम तभी तो किस्मत हो रही चांदी चांदी है मीन एक दिन रहता दिल्ली दूजे दिन मैं बैठा बाली पंगा चीते से तो समझो रास्ता बिल्ली काटे काली है कैन सी थ्रू ऑल ऑफ देम ये रैपर सबके सब हैं जाली जब जब पैरी मांगे पैर तब तब पैरी मांगे पानी यू नो टिका खड़ा जमा हिला सकता नहीं है कोई हम हराम करके नींद इनकी मनमानी से सोई अरमाने लेनी और जमीन ना की अरमानी है बोई और जैसे हम करते बाबे ऐसा या करता नहीं है कोई क्योंकि शो के स्टॉप पर ठहरा दें दिक्कत ताके तो कहना बेचादर और टांगे फैलाते और मजनू अपनी लैला के मैं हूँ डिमांड में आजकल जैसे सर पे सह रहा है और जब भी देते हैं तो खाओ काफी गहरा दे यू नो इट तेरा पैंथर ZXC you know what it is
Yeah, just saw your message. Whoa, you're doing chunk tile map in ECS? Why? Challenge yourself? Sounds like a big headache, to be honest. Also, I could simulate multiple maps simultaneously without them. In the default game object style seems to assume only one map. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So performance-wise, yeah, I mean ECS is like nothing to compare with monobehaviors, like nothing to compare. Actually, that's why where I can, I'm trying to use plain CS classes like this. See? So it's not data oriented per se, but I took a lot of influence from data oriented. So I'm doing my best with mono behaviors because for this kind of game this is the easiest, or easier. I'm curious though. Have you made any games before trying ECS? Like ECS is like, I don't know, maybe the highest level of complexity when it comes to game development. Currently, I unload one map and load another one, another in. But what if I want both to coexist on top of each other? Only rendering one. It's possible in non-ECS, but seems kinda hacky. Manually rendering components, but physics and layers, stuff like that. Interesting. I'm curious, why would you want to do that? Like, why would you want them to coexist on top of each other while... So you want, let's say, 2 layers of information, map, whatever, enemies, navigation. So you want 2 layers and you want to render only one of them while the other layer logic keeps running like it's still there. You just don't render it. That's the idea. Multiplayer is one reason, but what if one map has physics going on and I don't want to pause the physics when I go to another map? Well, my friend, here we encounter optimization, basically. So it really depends on the kind of game you want to achieve. So generally speaking, I would say cautiously, yeah, because I don't know your project. Feel free to share. I would love to share it on stream as well if you'd like, but yeah, I would say generally speaking, if you want physics to still happen while off screen, the best way, or the way I would do it, I think, Yeah, so the basic idea you have it. So you want to stop render everything and just keep the physics running. Let me think. Okay, so I guess again it depends on what kind of game like you want to make. So if it's, let's say, a solar system simulator and you want orbits to be accurate and still keep going while you load another part of the universe or whatever, yeah, in this case I would just, maybe CS. Yeah, in this kind of game this is probably the best option. However, if you're talking Minecraft kind of game, like you want a big terrain to feel like it's always there, so I guess what they do, it's like there's a fallback, like layers of like like LOD, like level of detail. So let's say the most, like the closest, the neighbors chunks, you simulate them fully with rendering or whatever at full speed. So let's say if you're working with ECS, I guess it's Unity, so that's fixed update that I guess 50 times a second. So for the first layer which the player comes in interaction with, I would keep fully simulated, and then as you go farther and farther from the player, so obviously at some point you don't render or simulate anything, right? Because you assume that the player will never experience that, so you better use that computing power for something else. But before that, you can have, let's say, so the first layer of chunks is fully simulated. Next layer you can not render, so rendering is turned off, and physics run at a slower pace, right? So let's say not 50 times a second, but 25 times a second. So every second frame, physics frame, right? And then, like if the player were there, it would not seem physically okay, but like in Minecraft you got the world and then the nether. I would like both to coexist so I don't stop world simulation when entering another one. That's interesting, I would say you walking in the frontier of how game development is being made currently. Because let's say, okay, obviously for Minecraft and the nether, they do not coexist. To the best of my knowledge, they don't simulate them both at the same time. I don't think so. Let me think of another game. So let's say Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, right? When you have the underworld. So I don't think it unlike Minecraft, there is no loading screen or some kind of scene transitioning, but I truly believe that at some height, like ground level, they swap, or gradually they like unload it, the top parts, and load the bottom parts. So I mean, I don't know what kind of gameplay you're aiming for, but I mean, simulating both when the player interacts only with one seems like a big headache, for sure. How is it going for you? I mean, you managed to do it? Start making space game where you can be in shape interiors. Different maps. Just started with Unity. Nice. So this is your first game with Unity? Awesome. So my recommendation for you, first of all, congratulations. Like I always love to hear new people joining the industry, and stop being afraid of trying, you know. So great for you on that. If you need any help, let me know, like gladly on stream. I would love to help. For first game, I know it's tempting, like I'm sure you have this great idea in your head that is like your, I don't know, your dream game, but sounds like you have thought a lot about it. My recommendation for you would be to write it down in detail somewhere safe, and just if you want to learn the basics, the best route to go, in my opinion, is with a simple game. So I would say try to replicate another game, a simple one. So, you know, Flappy Bird has become like a meme in the industry of like the first game someone makes. I think it's okay. Like, you will learn tons if you will try to do it by yourself, for sure. Me personally, I learned with Udemy courses, so I can recommend GameDev TV. So it's like that, gamedev.tv. You can look it up. Gladly, I recommend them. No sponsorship, no nothing. Check out their courses. I really think they're doing a good job with, you know, yeah, it's a decision of whether I want results quick or I want to learn something like ECS for slightly better architecture. So let me tell you that from what it sounds like, you don't have any prior experience with developing, right? So ECS, it's like a really complex architecture. It's a really good one, and honestly I know quite a lot about it. I did some programming a long time ago, and I'm back. I can say it's just more work. It's a lot more work. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not like small different. It's a big one. Big one. And if you have, I would say, less than 5,000 hours total experience of developing, I would wait with these kind of architectures, because it's really tempting. It sounds simple on the paper, but maintaining a game which actually feels good and you would enjoy to play would take you so much more time. While developing with mono behaviors, like most games, even in 2026, made with Unity games, most games are made without ECS. So no, I'm not doing pure CS. I'm using mono behavior absolutely. What I do try to do is where I don't need a mono behavior, I would prefer using a pure C# to rely more on data and values instead of references. But yeah, so this is my style of coding, and this is the kind of architecture I'm trying to achieve with this kind of game, because it's data and systems heavy. However, I don't have a lot of objects, so I don't ECS. I wouldn't get the benefits of ECS, because the real benefits of ECS is the ability to have a lot of objects. Like if with mono behaviors you can have like up to 10,000 simple enemies at the same time simulated on screen. So that's, I would say, for most our hardware, that's the peak. It would crash later or have like significant frame drops. With ECS you could have easily 50 times that, so 500,000, right? 500,000. So yeah, if it's not for the performance, I would highly recommend you to try start with something much simpler, and you will learn so much by doing that once you will feel ready to actually go and make your the game you're passionate about, you would know so much more that the decision will be much easier for you. Because honestly, game development is hard enough, so you don't need to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Trust me on that, bro. I'm making games. I started doing that on 2019, so I'm doing it for quite a few years, and that's my day job as well. Not streaming. I work at indie studio, and I work with Unity, and trust me on that, like it's hard enough. And if you're an solo developer, like don't make it hard on yourself more than it has to be. It's gonna be hard, trust me. Even the simplest games, if you actually try to make them polished and feel good and eventually make them commercial, perhaps, I don't know what your goals are, but for me, for sure, commercial Steam, that's the goal. Yeah, I mean, so many layers of hard work. You don't need to make it any harder. Yeah, problem with ECS, it would have to manually use Unity low-level physics API, probably harder to render as well. Yeah, so let me make it easier for you, man. Like, everyone starts simple, and a lot of developers, experienced developers will tell you, like, don't repeat our mistakes. And I can tell you that honestly, gladly, I didn't repeat those mistakes. For sure, I had like went down into rabbit holes for way too long that I had to. But I always had the, I don't know, the courage, I guess, to say it's not cost effective anymore. It's not beneficial anymore. I'm not actually learning and moving at the pace I wanted to. So my recommendation for you, I'm not saying drop the project and drop what you did so far, because if you have the storage on your computer, keep it there. It will always stay there. But I don't know, me personally, I I want to see results fast. And I know with ECS, like I told you, I'm developing games for 7 years, let's say, and I didn't try ECS yet, because I'm a bit scared that it's like going in water so deep without any real good reasons. So that's what I would do. Start something new, something simple. Make a deadline for yourself, like decide, okay, I'm gonna make a, I don't know, if you're into physics, Angry Birds game, and give yourself, I don't know, 2 weeks, month to finish it, to send it to friends and family, and you will see that you will feel so good with finishing something and actually seeing results and progression, that I promise you, like, if after that you would want to go back to the ditches with ECS, you would do it gladly, happy. But if you're just starting with Unity, I think you miss like the fun part of being able to make stuff quick that work. Can always switch to ECS when I actually know what features I need. Absolutely. And I tell you another thing, like Unity today really, like Unity 6, they really go in the idea of combining them. Like you don't have to have just one. Like it's not only game objects or ECS. You can combine them. And I tell you another thing, like, so I also, as a freelancer, I work as a technical editor on a book written on data-oriented programming in Unity. And the book is not even using ECS because there are some, I'm not gonna get into that right now because it's super technical, but there are some issues with ECS that if you actually know how hardware works and how data-oriented programming works behind the scene and why we do what we do, or in other words, what is ECS in the low level, if that's like, if you're interested by that and you would go and explore and learn about that, maybe perhaps you would understand that you don't actually want ECS. You want to cherry pick the systems that will be purely data oriented, and other parts of the game would be purely game objects, physics, Unity, high level, whatever. And I think that's where gaming generally goes towards. I barely know any games that actually deserve to be fully written in ECS. Just survivors like. And that kind of games. Okay. Good, so we added the potential tags. Oh no. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so now I guess each nice. So now each material has a list of potential tags. That's awesome. So now we can have, let's add some. By the way, man, if you enjoying and want to, you know, get notified, feel free to follow. That would make my day. Lately I'm streaming almost every day, so yeah. If you want to sharpen your Unity skills alongside with me, I would be happy. Okay, so combat, no crafting, tags, potential tag, and this is a test. And here we're gonna have requirements. And we need to I'll be right back. 3 minutes.
closer, a whisper in the wind. The map is blank before me. Where do I begin? No fear of what's uncertain. The unknown feels like home. With every step I'm finding a place I've never known. Let's go where no one has ever been. A world unseen beneath our skin. Through endless skies, we'll break the chain. Uncharted lands will claim them all. Rise like tides and let it fall. Just in the sea. Come drift with me. Come drift with me.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I said before, I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Let's see what GPT gonna make for us. Okay, so this is gonna be a sword. Potential tag. And the idea is that any kind of sword gonna have this potential tag on it, basically. And then the blueprints will link that to specific card or cards. So that's the idea. So if that's a sword requirement, the blueprint requirement, the potential tag requirement gonna be sword workpiece tag requirement.
Now you got me out in the deep. Feeling I'll be wrapped around that. When you burn me out like a cigarette. Yeah.
Okay, this is a good time to commit, so we are starting. Actually, let's make a branch for it. No, that's gonna be the potential tags info. Oh, I have a huge headache. I think we're gonna wrap it up soon. Okay, so the requirement here is gonna be inheriting from, yeah, exactly. And it's gonna, yes. No, what? No, so that's not what we want to do. You missed it completely. We want to see if we have, if the blueprint is of kind, is a sword. So what we want to do, we want to see if the walk. Okay. Is it sold? Okay, no. We want get blueprint. Can we have that?
Deslizar no beat, faz acontecer. O mundo gira ao teu redor. Com esse swing, tu é maior. Mexe, remexe sem parar. Essa energia vai
No, that's not good.
chovendo toda uma dança. É o baile que nunca vai acabar.
Okay. Where the
Sobe o
fuck is
clima,
that?
sente o calor. Requebra no ritmo, sente o amor. Vem no flow, não pode negar. Essa vibe é nossa, pode acreditar. Mexe, remexe sem parar. Essa energia vai te levar. Chovendo toda uma dança. É o baile que nunca vai acabar. Nunca vai acabar. Saw you in a field of ice and snow, holding out your hand for me to go. Wasn't scared to see you, always knew it in my bones that something here was bound to take me home. You said you don't know me well, but I'm your angel in white. I'll be close if you come, I'll be just behind you. You're not on the list, but I can get you inside. Use your mind, listen to my voices and guide you. You give yourself over, yeah, you don't wanna fight. If you do, I'm gonna bid you a hard cold goodnight, baby. Hang on to your ticket, you're doing alright. And if you don't trust it, hold it up to the light. Connecting the dots, black spots in my vision. I'll be blaming it on divine intuition. I'll be praying for a divine intervention or anything else that gets my attention. And I'm falling for you. You're a fine invention, the sort of poison to me, but I keep forgetting. And now I'm halfway in and I'm half alive. You take my face and you hold it up to the light. He was bound to take me home. If not you, not you, then I don't know. As above is ever so below. Something here was bound to take me home.
took a dive. I didn't know I'd fall so deep into your eyes. I've never been somewhere so sweet. I'm hypnotized. Yeah, you put my mind at ease. God, you're divine. I'm thankful that you're mine. Looking at me like people are looking at their phones. I've spent 7 years looking for love that I can hold. Now I know your love is all I need. Now I know. Yeah, your love is all I running around with you always by my side, off of the ground. Cause the feeling's so damn high. I'm hypnotized. Yeah, you put my mind at ease. God, you're divine. I'm thankful that you're mine. Passport, hotel, jet plane. My life won't never be the same. Got you all up in my brain. Love the way you change me for the better. Got me through bad weather. I want you all the time. I love the way you looking at me like people are looking at their phones. I've spent 7 years looking for love that I can hold. Now I know your love is all I need. Now I know. Yeah, your love is all I need.
Okay, I'm thinking. Okay. I think. Yeah, I think we're gonna change it. We're gonna have it just tags, but how we gonna call them? Combat tags? No. Property tags?
I'll be right here for the rest of my life. Just know that I'll give you love you'll never want to share tonight. Tonight. If the world isn't working the way that we found it when we were too young to love, our attention is running, 5 seconds is burning a hole in our racing hearts. I wish we could find the space to grave Just know that I'll give you love you never wanna share tonight. Tonight. But if the world isn't working the way that we found it when we were too young to love, our attention is running, 5 seconds is burning a hole in our racing hearts. I wish we could find the space, a great escape, where we could finally break the mold. If it's us that we wanted, we're happy after the fall. And I don't wanna change it all. And I don't wanna change it all. And I don't wanna change it all. No, no, Can you hear me calling out your name? Let me run to you and escape this place. Stop time, rewind, bring me back to you. How it beat in my heart if you only knew. What if we could stop the world tonight and run away, just you and I, you and I? Wanna stay right here forever, 'cause when we were not together, we don't have tomorrow, so just take me away. What if we could stop the world tonight and run away, just you and I, you and I? Bring me back to you again. Bring me back tonight. We can stop the world again. We can stop the world tonight. Feel my heartbeat, changing rhythm. Know the reason I'm still breathing. Wanna stay right here forever, 'cause when we were not together, we don't have tomorrow, so just take me away. What if we could stop the world tonight and run away, just you and I, you and
Okay, so let me think. Yeah, we also want that to yeah. So because I want tags to also. Okay, no, let's leave it like that for now. That we can only have conditional property tags on blueprints, not on not on materials, right? Okay. So now good. So now
Eyes wide open, holding out for you. Tell me that it's true. Did you notice? I saw you over there, looking like a heartbreaker. I know you're all that I want, but I don't even know your name. So don't go and leave me lonely. I'll show you another way. And you say it's a one-night thing, but I want something more than
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. Can have can have it like that. Okay, so now we want a tag of, let's say, heavy metal tag, right? Heavy metal. Okay, so now we need to have serialized field. It could be min max slider. Let's say between 0 and let's say 200. Public. So 2 wait. And now we need to implement both. Now, so what we can do now we can basically implement it for both. So now we want total weight. Easy. No. We want return. No. Total weight. Equals workpiece. Oh, because it's heavy metal, it should be the underlying alloy. Cool. And now it can be plugged to both blueprints and crafting materials, right? So doing smelting or doing crafting. Let's commit. Oh no, I need to change the name of the file. Okay, now we need crafting blueprint. I don't like how we did with the primitive. It shouldn't have. Shouldn't. Yeah, well. Let's roll with it for now.
Talk to me. Why have you been avoiding me so much lately? Did I do something wrong, or was it maybe something I said? I'm going crazy thinking about it.
Didn't do anything.
Say you're sorry, darling. Say it's all your fault. Say you miss me and you wish that you answered my calls. Say you're not done falling. Say our love is hard. Say you're waiting for me, that you wanna press restart. Something is obviously bothering you. Suddenly you're Mr. Distant. Say you're sorry, darling. Say it's all your fault. Say you miss me and you wish that you answered my calls. Say you're not done falling. Say our love is hard. Say you're waiting for me.
Awesome, great stuff. Okay, I think that's quite a lot of stuff for one day. We had a long conversation with Water Lemon, which was awesome talking with you. I mean, thanks for coming. Yeah, that's it for today. I don't think I'm gonna stream tomorrow or during the weekend, but yeah, I guess see you on Sunday as usual. Alright, bye bye guys, see you next time.